Hello, everybody, and welcome back to That's the Tea, everybody. So, today's episode, and I know it's been a while that I have not recorded because I had the wildest and the craziest summer. I have a lot of changes that happened in my household. So, anyways, putting all that aside, today's episode is going to be kind of fun. And I brought in my guest, aka my mans.
Hey, guys.
This is Andrew.
Hey, guys.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Welcome, Andrew. I wish I had sound effects. Anyway, so we wanted to do something fun, and I thought, what would be good for a second episode? Freaking ghost stories, everybody! I've been wanting to talk ghosts. Let's talk ghosts. Do you want to talk ghosts with me?
Yeah. You can go ahead and start.
You want me to? Okay, so I want to just talk ghosts because I have a lot of ghost stories throughout my whole life, like when I was like yay high and all kinds of crazy shit. So anyways, it's in the spirit of almost Halloween, and it's my favorite time of the whole damn year. It's my Christmas.
I'm excited.
It's my Christmas.
I love ghost stories.
Yes. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode because we have stories and I cannot wait to tell you guys. And I'm not even gonna lie, like half of the stories that I tell you are literal truth to my life. Literal truth, because a lot of weird shit has happened. And I could even prove pretty much like 80% of everything that's happened. It's always been with my sisters or with my mom or friends or with him. My kids. I wish I could bring the kids in because oh my god, they have stories with me.
I've seen wild things just being here.
That's true. My house, you guys, you're welcome to come visit. It's kind of haunted, just a little bit.
It's fun though. I love ghosts. I love them because they're for me they're a happy inconvenience.
Well, I think honestly, the ghosts here at my house, I have a lot of spirits that are in and we have a theory about my house. With the portal.
Oh yeah.
Because I had a paranormal investigator actually assess this whole situation because I just did not know. I literally put it on my Insta. If you guys don't follow me, Moonbe.readings on Instagram, please follow me on Moonbe.readings on Instagram. I literally upload everything spiritual that I either experience, I go through my cleansings, my clients, my everything. But I literally uploaded where I caught an EVP when he bought us cameras for the house. And okay, I guess we're starting the ghost story.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I guess we're starting the ghost story. So let's start there. He bought me because we had this weird guy come up to my door like at midnight one time, and I was like, yeah, I feel scared. So he's like, I'm just gonna get you these cameras, right? So he goes and he orders these cameras and he installs them. And we're like, dude, what if we catch something? Because we always hear like or some weird shit, right?
It was literally the next night that
that's true.
That we caught all this. So we didn't expect we kind of expected something, but we didn't expect it so soon.
But yeah, it was like it was almost like the spirit outside or spirits were waiting for this opportunity. Like, yes, now they can hear us. So we capture something. I don't even remember what time it was. 1 a.m.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the timing on the video. But anyways, the video is literally uploaded on my Moonbe.readings, you guys. This is why I'm telling you I can prove it. I literally can prove all of this. So we capture, I don't remember if it was 1, 2 in the morning. My piggy's acting up, sorry. Ollie. So we hear a voice, what sounds like an older man. I think we had discussed like, oh, that sounds like an older man. Mm-hmm. And it literally says, what will I do? But it's like so low, but obviously we enhanced it on the computer and we hear the voice EVP. It literally says, what will I do? And something like inaudible.
And then it says her name.
And I think it says my name. I'm pretty sure it says my name. Mm-hmm. What will I do, Betty?
It's on her page. We uploaded it, so it's all.
It's on my page. Hi, come here. So it's wild the shit that we see on the cameras. But anyways, that's just one little story. So I guess do you have a story? Do you want to say something?
Oh, I got all kinds of them.
Tell us a
Let's
story.
see. I don't know where to start. Maybe we can start with oh, I have a Disneyland trip that I went to. This didn't happen at Disneyland, but it happened like during um and then there was before and then there was an after. So anyways,
Hi, baby.
it started off where, a long time back I went with a few friends to a Disneyland trip and we went to this house and there was this girl that she had this long driveway. You were able to drive up. I ended up parking all the way down. I didn't just arriving to the house. I didn't feel comfortable, so ended up parking at the bottom of the driveway and walking all the way up. And when you get there, um, when you get there, the house is just it's an uncomfortable house. It just doesn't feel good being in there, and so I go in and I talk to this girl, like I didn't know her very well, and she goes, by the way, my house is haunted. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that explains a lot. And so I ended up driving with the person that I went with in the car to Disneyland. And we get there, we have our whole day. And on the way back, we were talking about this girl because I brought it up. And I was like, so what's with this haunting? Like, who is this lady? And she goes, "Oh yeah, so she did this crazy ritual in her house, and there's demons in her house." And I'm like, "Oh, lovely." And I went in there. So we get back to the house, and um, I'm feeling like extra uncomfortable. And because already, like before, I didn't know, but now I know, and I had that feeling. So now I'm in this house that that I know that these things are watching me, and it's uneasy and it's an ugly feeling. And so anyways, I go in and I'm starting to look around. I'm like, oh, that's an ugly area, and that's an ugly area. And then there was this door like down a hallway, and I had asked the girl, I was like, what's in there? Like, why is that door? Because like a locked door, and it had a piece of wood over it, and then it had like the hole in like the door
It
hole.
almost sounds like those typical horror movies.
It
Like,
was, yeah, yeah,
don't
it
go
was.
down the basement, and it has like the old
Yeah,
school.
and it was blocked off. Like it was blocked. It had a piece
Ew.
of wood that went all the way across, and it was blocked off, and you can see into the
Did it
into
say
the room.
beware?
That it might as well have.
Might
It
as
might
well.
as well have. But I remember like my attention was drawn to that because I was like, why is that door blocked? That's so weird.
Ew.
Like who blocks off a door in your house? That's so weird. Nobody does that. But anyways, the door was blocked and it had the full door. It looked like a heavy older like door, and then the doorknob was missing. So you can see into the room through the doorknob area. And but it was pitch black. Like obviously it was night when I got home, so like I couldn't see anything and I didn't think that like there was anything going on there, but I remember there was no light in the room, so it was still dark even during the day when I was there. So anyways, I brought up, I was like, why is that door blocked? Like that's weird. Like who blocks a door in your own house? And they're like, oh well, there's weird activity that happens in there. I'm like, oh, okay, that explains a lot.
Yes, keep it locked.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, just keep that where it is then. And so, anyways, feeling uncomfortable, she gave us a piece of pie, and I'm like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to be here. I'm gonna eat this elsewhere. I'm not eating it. I'm not eating this shit here. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Oh man.
So, anyways, I get to the car and I'm getting ready to go home, and it's foggy. I remember it was a really foggy night,
Why?
so I couldn't see anything in my car.
So like movie.
Yeah, well,
This is
it
like
was.
a
It was
typical
creepy.
horror movie.
It was creepy. I remember having like I couldn't see anything in front of me, and as much as I tried to wipe off the fog, it was back. And so I had to sit in the car for a good like 10 minutes to get the fog away. And even when I was in there with the heater on, I still couldn't get the fog out. So I couldn't see anything, and I had to drive super slow all the way home until I can get out of an area where it just wasn't as foggy. And so we're driving super careful, finally got home and went inside for a little bit, dropped off a bunch of stuff, and then I ended up leaving again. I was thinking to myself,
He might drop that. Sorry.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, because before we left, we saw a little picture on my car, like it was a weird drawing. I was like, oh, that's weird. Didn't think nothing of it.
Okay, you can let it go. Sorry.
Didn't really think nothing of it. And we drove home, had the whole fog issue. Finally got home, and I remember thinking about that picture that was drawn on my car. I'm like, who draws weird stuff like that? That's so weird. So I was thinking about that picture when I was inside and eating the pie and getting ready to go, and I remember asking the person I was with. I was like, "Hey, that picture is really like it was weird. Like who? Like I don't remember anybody who would draw that picture on my car. Like nobody was in my car. Like so. Anyways, I go out to my car, and we go, and it was drawn on like the passenger back window of my car, and I remember like fogging the outside, and I was like, where the fuck's the picture at? Like it's not there. And I kind of like wiped it off, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I open up the door, and then I fog the inside of the door, and sure enough, that weird fucking demonic looking picture was on the inside of my car. That I was not able, like the fog was ridiculous. I could not get the fog out of my car. And then this weird ass picture that was probably being drawn when I was inside the car, didn't realize it, was drawn on my back passenger window on the inside or from the inside of the car. So we never figured out what the hell that picture was or where it came
Wait, did
from,
you take a
but
picture or
I
anything?
had a picture and I lost it, but I mean I could draw it out, but it was ugly. I'll
What?
never I would
Ew.
never
So
forget that.
whatever you went in there, it knew you were there and it followed you to your car and it's like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
That's
And it drew
creepy.
something on my back passenger window and I was never able to figure it out. It didn't bother me ever, but I mean the person I was with had some creepy shit too, so I think they were whatever she had and
Uh-uh.
whatever was in that house were like bumping heads and I
You
don't
need
know.
the sage.
But yeah, her stories, this chick that I was with, like her stories, hers were a whole different story because I lived with her and her stories were wild too. So I had all kinds of them, all kinds of
That's
stories.
creepy.
Yeah, so that was like one of the first experiences I had with her.
How old were you when that happened?
Uh,
Like a teenager?
I want to say like maybe 20.
Oh, you were
Yeah, I
young.
was still pretty young.
Mm, that's
I
creepy.
think I was
Yeah.
22. Yeah, I think I was like 22, 23. So this was like 10 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That's creepy. Wow. I don't think I've ever had anything that dark. That's kind of creepy. Like that thing was in your back
Yeah.
freaking like right like you're probably doing this and checking shit
Yeah, well, I was
and
I
the
was
dude's back
focused.
dude do that whatever it is. It's back there going
I was so
I'm
focused
gonna
on,
fuck with him.
trying to
Imagine.
see. Yeah, I was so focused on trying to
Yeah.
see. So I didn't know, there was some asshole drawn shit on my car.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no, I don't think I can top. Well, maybe. I have this one crazy story, and I literally can back this up because I have four witnesses, I believe, to my crazy story. But anyway, so my crazy story, um, actually I have a couple good ones. We don't even have enough time for none of this because I have so many stories.
Maybe we can do a part two.
So we're gonna have to do a part two. I have so many stories, but let me tell you, the house that I grew up in, I lived in the city of El Monte. I think I told you that.
Yep.
And we lived in a house that was very old and is still up today. So it's that much older today. But it was so it just always had that dark feeling there. It was always and it smelled musty and old. Like it's an old house. Anyways, and a family had lived there like 30 years before us, and we lived there 30 years. So can you imagine that 60
Mm.
years, 30 of them and 30 of us and all those energies? So legit, you would go down my hallway, which was a really creepy hallway, by the way, because it was like you come out of the living room and you go down. It's my mom's room, the bathroom, my bedroom, and at the very end, it was my brother's room. And every freaking time that you would go down that hallway, you didn't want to get to the back bedroom. The back bedroom was the creepy bedroom.
So that was kind of like the door. That
Oh,
was,
and right before
but it was
that,
open.
and right before that bedroom, we had like a porch that was pitch black, and my mom never put a curtain.
Oh boy.
So you never wanted to, you would have to literally run and go to the
Ugh.
back room to like, oh, go get your brother. And I'm just like, like you don't want to go to the room. It's just creepy. So I remember on multiple occasions in this house going down the hallway and I literally hear like echoes, echoes while you're walking down, like scream or what sounds like a girl, what sounds like a lady, whispers, like it fucking random, but it's like echoes of people. And I remember telling my mom, like, why is it that I feel in the hallway like I can hear it, or I don't know if maybe it's me. And she's like, no, the house echoes. It's it's old, it creaks, it has echoes from the past family. And I'm just like, all right, mind you, I'm a kid. Like, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to go to the back room. I don't want to go get my brother. You go get my brother. Like, I just never wanted to go back there. It was always just fucking weird. So then on another occasion, I was in my room and I'm laying down in my bed. We had twin beds in my room, so it was me and my sister, me and my big sister Vettel, and she was not in the room at the time. I don't know where she was. Maybe she was outside or something. But I was in the room, laying in my bed, and I had the sheet over me, like halfway, and I was hearing my little. At the time, we had radio with cassette. That
The
tells you
cassette
my
tapes.
age. Like that tells you my age. But we had the cassette reader, right? So I'm like trying to replay that Mana cassette that I had, or I think it was like Shakira, her very first, and I had the cassette. And anyways, and I'm hearing my music, but I'm hanging off my bed, kinda. But my sheets are on my bed, and I'm vibing, I'm listening, and I'm relaxing in my bed. And then all of a sudden, I feel movement at the end by my feet.
Oh shit.
So you know how when you feel like, oh shit, there's like something on me, and you're like, ah, there's like a spider, and you're trying to shake it off. So I kind of did like the, ooh, what the hell was that? And then I was like, whatever. And I kept vibing, hearing my little boombox, whatever the fuck I was hearing. And then, shoot, there goes my fucking blankets. Got taken from my feet and dragged under my bed.
Oh shit.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I literally got up out of my bed and I was like, ah! I just ran out. I was like, oh. And I ran the fuck out of my room and I was like, Mom. She's like, ¿Qué traes? ¿Qué traes? And I was like, La cobija, like, who fucking pulled my damn covers? Something pulled my fucking covers right off my feet. It just went, choop.
That's
And
creepy.
it didn't fall off. I didn't have sheets that were like silk.
That's
Like
hella
they were
creepy.
pulled off. I felt the creeping. It was like that weird, like, you know something's there. It was just fucking weird.
That's creepy.
A lot of shit happened to me in that room. I'm telling you, that room was so fucking like dark as fuck. What's another one?
So I had mentioned that Disneyland trip that
Oh yeah.
girl I was with at the time,
Yeah.
she had something attached to her.
Ew.
And I'm convinced to this day that she did some crazy like demonic ritual or something. It was
What
crazy.
the
She
fuck?
never told me what she did. And I'm not gonna mention names or anything, but she just refused to tell me. I had asked her over and over and over, like, what did you do? Because this thing is powerful and it's mean. It doesn't like me. And I'm gonna kind of expand on a lot of what was going on with her. So there was it started with there was this time where she came over. I just met her, um, and I didn't know any of this at the time. I was really oblivious to a lot of it until she finally told me, "Hey, by the way, I have this thing." So I didn't know, but I felt.
Wait. Did you date this girl?
I did. I was with her. I lived with her for a little bit too.
Bro, we need on stage.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was I saged. Yeah, I said, trust me, it's gone.
Oh no.
But it wasn't my thing. I was convinced for a while that it was mine, but no, it was full on hers because I didn't have anything like
Wait,
whatever.
is this who I think you're talking about?
Probably.
Bro,
No,
you never told me that. Oh my god,
No.
she straight did so crazy
no,
brujeria.
it was I don't want to mention it.
No, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
keep the
whatever.
names.
Either way,
It was
we're
the first
saging you.
one. The first one, not the second.
We're saging you.
So,
We're saging you.
so anyways, she had something. She didn't really ever tell me where she got it from. She did some crazy demonic crap is all I know, and she didn't tell me what she did or where she did it. But so the first time I started questioning her about it is there was one day we were in the room, we were looking up something, and I was on my computer and just doing my thing on the computer, looking something up. Can't remember what the hell I was looking up, but she's like, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Okay." So she went to the bathroom, and I ended up getting up. I went to go get water, and the way it worked was I had this little side door, and you go out of my door and you turn, and then there's a hallway that goes down to my kitchen. And so I went out of my room, went around, went down to my kitchen, and then I have I have that whole kitchen area.
Was that at
And
your mom's house?
yeah, it was at my mom's house.
The downstairs bedroom.
Yeah, yeah, the my old
The
bedroom.
one down when you
Yeah.
come in through the front door.
Yeah, you come in through the double door. So I didn't use the double doors. That's where my bed was at. So I went through to the bathroom. You saw there's another
Yeah,
sliding
it's like
door.
right there. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So there's a sliding door, and then there's the bathroom right here. So you can go, you turn, and there's a bathroom right there, and then the sliding door goes into that hallway, which you go down, and there's the kitchen at the end. And so I went, got some water, and I started walking back to the bedroom, going, turning into that door, and there's a figure standing at the corner of the hallway because there's my garage door, and then there's the thing, or there's the little area where you turn and go into the room. There's a full blown figure. I remember it clearly because it was extremely tall. Um, it was probably, it had to have been like over 6 feet, and it wore a bowl cap. Um, didn't have any
Bruh.
facial features. I couldn't
Bruh.
really see any distinct facial features. It was just a really dark, shadowy silhouette. And I just saw how tall it was. I saw the bowl cap, and it looked like it had like some kind of trench coatish thing.
Mm-mm.
And it walked towards my room.
Mm-mm.
And I had my water, and I just kind of sat there like, I'm gonna get more water.
Bruh. All the crucifix,
so, so I ended up drinking my water, just sitting there like, okay, maybe it was her. Like maybe I just
Oh yeah,
maybe
she
I,
suddenly was
maybe
7 feet tall, babe.
maybe I just didn't see it right.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired. It was late,
Yeah.
so it was like maybe I'm just
Yeah.
tripping and like so
She
I went.
grew.
So I went and I ended up walking, going back and turning the corner and looking into the room. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not her. And I knocked on the door and she's like, what? So she was still in the bathroom when all this shit was going on. So I go and sit on my chair for a minute and think like, wow, what was that? And then as I'm sitting
That's
on my
gross.
chair, I feel something playing with the back of my
Oh,
head, thinking
hell.
the whole, because I was kind of facing like away where my door was, and yeah, I feel something playing with my hair, and I turn around, I'm like, hey babe. I turn around and nobody's there. And I went and I looked and she was still in the bathroom. So something was playing with my hair and I thought it was her. And whatever I just saw going into that hallway came into my room and decided to mess with me. So that's another experience. That was kind of creepy.
That's fucked up.
I've only had that particular experience happen once. I've only seen her figure maybe twice. And actually no, like 3 times. But that was the most notable and the one where it was like, hey, look at me, I'm here. This is me.
Wow, we're doing like 3-4 limpias on you.
I've already done plenty. I've done plenty, believe me.
You are not welcomed in my home. I have enough.
This was her thing. Her thing did not like me. So I mean, I've had several experiences with this thing.
Wait, I have a really important question for you.
Go for it.
You said this is the same girl that was, you knew she summoned it. You knew she had done dark things, right?
Well, I found out later. At the time when this whole thing happened, I didn't know. I didn't know this.
I did. Why would you proceed to be with the woman that you
I
were
just
summoning shit in her fucking basement?
I didn't know. I was just
Lies.
no. I saw that after I saw that figure is when I started questioning. I was like,
Oh
"What did you
my
do?
God.
Like that's not my thing. I ain't never seen
Wait
that
a
figure
minute,
before."
but you're at her house when she's not your girl, right? This is like in the beginning.
No,
and
she
you're
was
seeing
at
the
my
door.
house.
Wait,
No,
the
that's
original
not
story.
the original story. Was some other girl.
I was gonna say, like, bro, if I'm dating a chick
Yeah.
and oh, we're going to Disneyland, and, wait a minute, you're summoning some shit down there. I'm not dating you,
Yeah.
bro. I'm not. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Behind me, Satan.
The Disneyland thing actually happened after, and that was when that's when I really started to question. Like, wait a minute.
Again,
Yeah.
it happened after.
But after
you
it was,
knew.
but it was crazy though because after I started questioning her, things got worse.
So, bro, I don't even know why you proceeded to
We didn't.
the relationship. Behind me, Satan.
But we didn't last.
Behind me, Satan.
We didn't last very long because things got worse. So like, no.
Oh my god. Either way, that's fucking weird. Red flag. You guys, take note.
Don't date people.
Don't
with
date
things.
people that has a fucked up basement when says beware. Don't fucking date them.
I've
Don't fucking do it.
I've woken up with scratches on me.
No,
I've legit
no,
gotten
you need a
scratched.
exorcism.
I've had shit thrown at me. I've seen like
No.
closets open, doors open. I've had my bathroom completely and utterly destroyed when I was home by myself. Seen countless figures, heard knocks. Like I've heard it all.
Nah.
Yeah, I've heard it all. I had all kinds of experiences. I mean, you name it.
We're good, babe. We're good. So, okay, so your story is real dark. Like, that is real
Yeah.
demonic activity.
Yeah.
I think the closest I got to at the house in El Monte, the house in Almani, that was like the demon house for me.
Yep.
We were little. I think we were like second, third grade, fourth grade. I don't fucking know. We were little. My mom says, let's go. We got to go to school. She walks us to the school. My brother, me, and my sister. And I don't think my baby sister existed. It was like Vero, me, and Ernie. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong though, because my memory is all shot as fuck. And anyway, we leave the house. We go to school. My mom says, after school, she comes to pick us up. Ya, vente a la casa, no quiero dejar solo. Like, she's all freaking out, like, not trying to leave the house again, right? Like, she's really just trying to be home. And she said, algo pasó. Something happened. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, in the morning when I went to take you guys to school, everything was normal because she cleans how I clean. We're all OCD as fuck. So she had left everything in order. She had left everything. Chairs were put to the side. The kitchen table was clean. The kitchen was immaculate. Everything was perfect, right? Because she cleaned, I guess, the night before so that in the morning she didn't have the chores. So she says, I take you guys to school. And I get back and the door's unlocked to the house. So she's like, wait a minute. I locked the door. Why is the door unlocked? So she opens whatever, goes inside, and she sees all the fucking chairs from our dining table in a fucking circle in the middle of the living room.
Wow. Sounds like you need a cleanse too.
I did. I had like a major cleanse. Oh, that's another one for that's a part two.
So yeah. So
But that is like the closest that we had to having poltergeist activity in that house.
yeah.
Because not only did they pull my blankets and we kept hearing our something would call out our names. Betty. Vero. Like my mom would be touched. She said that she'll be cooking and minding her fucking business and doing dishes and she'll feel like, or
Oh, that's
like weird shit. And then they would call her name. I heard my name called. Nobody wanted to walk to the back bedroom. We had poltergeist activity with furniture.
Oh, that's so weird.
Sheets got pulled off of us. You guys, it was fucking nuts. That house is so infested with some dark shit. Like, I remember when we left that house, it was when my sister got married to her husband. She's still married to him today. But when she got married, that's when my mom had to leave that home. It was literal 30 years when we left. 30 years of that house.
That's wild.
And I remember having this like feeling within me, like grab a chalk or a marker, whatever, and go into your bedroom. And my bedroom was the weirdest. My room and my brother's was the weirdest. And I opened my bedroom closet, and on the wall, I literally said goodbye to the house, and I detached. It was like the weirdest detachment of, because it's a part of it was literal 25 years of my life. And I said my goodbyes to the house. Like I literally wrote, thank you for 30 years. Thank you for taking care of us for 30 years. And I touched the wall. I literally touched the wall and I literally said, thank you, house, for standing up for us for 30 years, but we're done. I'm detaching and this is my goodbye. And I literally wrote goodbye home.
So it reminds me of like a Ouija board, like how it has the hello and the goodbye,
yeah.
and then it has the like all those weird like sayings and the yes and no at the top.
Oh yeah.
And it reminds me of like the goodbye, like you wrote out the goodbye and you're like, this is what I want. That's what it. Totally
I did. I literally said goodbye to the house.
Like took yourself out, like
I had to.
exactly like how you would do like a Ouija board.
I'm not gonna lie, I did do Ouija in that house.
Oh shit!
I did. I did Ouija.
We should talk about Ouija experiences.
Oh,
because I have one.
Well, I don't want to make this episode too long, so we might. I don't even know how long we've been recording. I don't want to make the episode too long. More than likely, we'll come back for a part 2.
Yeah.
But we have so many stories, you guys, and I love talking ghosts. But anyways, that is just a touch of what I went through in that house. A touch. And like I still have way more like childhood experiences with like the clown. Oh, I really want to tell the clown incident, but I'm gonna leave that one for another episode because that's a big one that literally has traumatized me. And it's this story, I'll tell it on the next episode, I promise. But this story, how do I explain this? There was 4 of us, and we never spoke about it.
Wow.
and we were young,
I'm excited to hear that
9
one.
or 10. We never spoke about it because we didn't comprehend what the fuck we saw that day and what happened to us that day. That wasn't a dream. Because for many years growing up into from a child to adult, I literally told myself, was that a dream? Did
I
I dream
remember
that?
I remember you kind of told me a little bit about it, and you even drove me to the street. You're like, "That's where the thing was." And I'm like, "Oh,
No, and then I had to call them back. Okay, put it like
well."
this. My clown story is literally the movie It.
Ooh,
Literally. I lived it. I lived it. Pun
wow,
intended. We saw a clown
cool.
and it wasn't a clown. And I have 4 people behind me to prove this. And it's incredible the shit that we saw that day, and it is trauma to my life, literally. Like, it, I always have flashbacks of it, and it's something that I never forgot. And literally all of us that were friends at the time, we all have, well, my sister was one of them, but we don't speak about it. We don't speak about it. It's
That's
one of
wild.
those weird, like, yeah, we saw something and I don't know what the fuck that was, but
I,
we lived it. Yeah,
that's
save
definitely.
that one for the next episode because I literally don't want to make this too long because then it's really hard to edit, you guys. But I promise you, we're coming back for another episode of Ghost Stories.
We definitely want to hear all the different ghost stories that you guys have to talk about and
Yeah,
say. Leave them down in the
definitely.
comments.
Leave
I
leave
want
those
to hear about
stories in
them.
the comments. Find me on Instagram, Moonbe.readings on Instagram, Moonbe.readings on TikTok, Moonbe.readings 1111 for my backup page on TikTok, you guys. You guys already know I'm here for tarot. I'm here for cleansings. Hit me up. Let me know what you need. I will pray over you. I will pray for you. I'm always hoping for the best for you. My tarot readings, you guys, are always positive. For all of those that already know me because you've had readings with me. For all my clients, thank you. For my customers, thank you. For my followers, thank you. Let everybody know. Hit me up. Follow my podcast. Follow my pages. And thank you, Andrew, for coming on with me.
You're very welcome. I'm excited for part 2.
And we will be back. So, you guys, we're going offline now because this is getting really long. We'll see you guys on the next podcast for real soon, actually, real soon.
Like, subscribe.
Bye, guys.